Hey guys, welcome to an episode of Jibber Jabber. So, what I'm here to talk to you guys about today is a tag video. Um, my nephew, Jan, was doing some videos and I was commenting, and I will post his link below. And I mentioned to him about a tag video, which I got the idea from another friend of mine, Liz, who has a channel, which I will also post her channel down below. And you gotta watch both, guys. They're great. So a tag video is basically you mention a person or a group of people or whoever's watching your video, and you challenge them or tag them to do the same thing. So in this tag video, it's 20 questions that a person may or may not know about you. So I tagged Jan, and he said, okay, well, if I do it, then you got to do it. I'm like, oh, well, maybe you can just put the tag out to everyone. Um, but I promised him I would do this. So Jan, this is for you, and Liz, this is also for you. So my tag video is going to be for anyone who's watching this. I challenge you to go ahead and make a tag video about 20 things that people may or may not know about you. So let's begin. First of all, I'm on my laptop, so this is not going to be edited because I haven't figured it out yet. So, and if I don't look at you straight on, sorry, I have my cheat sheet here because I can't remember everything, 20 things, come on. So let's start. Okay, shush, Dan. All right, number one, my heritage. I am Canadian. Proud. I was born and raised in Toronto, Canada, and my mom is from Malta. And if you've watched my Memories of Malta, you will know why I do those videos. And my dad is from Macedonia. And if you watched my Memories of Macedonia, then you know why I do that too. So I am Canadian born, but I do have European background on both sides of my family. Which brings me to number two now. I never promise something I don't mean. And by that I mean I never say or promise something to anyone that I can't follow through with. If you don't mean it, don't say it. It's so simple, people. Just don't say it. So that's me. I never say something I'm not going to do. Number three, I am a history buff. I love history. Well, I come from a background on both sides of my family that is chocked with history. I love architecture. I love to learn about cultures and history and things like that. So some people may or may not know that about me, but I'm a huge history buff and I love anything ancient, which brings me to point number four. And I don't mean this with disrespect going from ancient, but it's respect your elders. There's nothing that bothers me more than youth of today, yesterday, tomorrow, or whoever who don't respect their background or where they've come from or the people who paved the road for you. You have your freedom only because the people before you paved it for you. So don't walk down that road casting stones. Respect the ones who laid them. It's a big thing for me. Huge. Talking about background and paved before brings me to number five, which is my last name. Well, of course, my last name is my legal last name, but many people may not know that the last name that you know me by is actually really not our true last name. My last name was changed when my grandfather became a police officer in what is now part of northern Greece, but back then it was Macedonia. We had a Macedonian last name, and we were given, or he was given rather, a Greek sounding last name because he was a police officer. He was allowed to keep his home and career, but he wasn't allowed to keep his last name. Part of me wishes we can go back to that last name, but because we've carried this very unique given Greek last name, which there's very few of us in the world. I think there's a family in Ohio, the same last name, which we've contacted on Facebook, and it's like, yeah, did we get this on? No. It's ours now. So there you go. Number 6, cooking. My kitchen is back there. I don't think you can see it from here, but I love to cook. It's one of my pastimes. I love, international cooking, anything from Indian to Ethiopian to Latin American to European, Canadian, American, you name it. I love to cook. And I used to have friends over and we used to have like theme nights and we would pick a country and go for it. We'd do the research and because I liken myself as a pretty good cook, the dishes would turn out pretty good. So, well, at least we thought anyways. Who knows? Maybe some Ethiopian would be like, ah! But anyway. Which brings me to art, which is point number 7. Cooking is an art. Why not? And I love the arts. And when I was in school, one of my majors was art, and I was going to be a commercial artist. This was before computers. So this is the way I was leaning. But by the time I had finished school, computers were coming in, and it just didn't appeal to me. That whole hand art. And I love any kind of art, from street performance art to visual arts to classical art. I have some art behind me on my wall, which is actually done by my friend Liz, who I mentioned before. So thank you, Liz. And art goes hand in hand with my point number 8, which is music, and something that many people may know, some people don't know. I do love music, anything from the 40s, 30s, 20s, all the way up. I love music. But my favorite is Boy George. There you go. I said it. Boy George and Culture Club. I mean, they made Virgin Records of billions of dollars, but they're really underrated. And they had more than that bubblegum pop, Karma Chameleon, and things that you're used to. They actually are quite deep, some of their songs. Speaking of deep, I want to get into point number 9. Another thing that I can't stand, and I hate the word hate. I just said it in an oxymoron. But as I can't stand liars. Oh, don't lie to me. And I can't stand when people ignore me. Now, I don't mean that in a selfish kind of way, like pay attention to me kind of way. I just mean when someone takes the time to call you or send you an email or a text message or an invitation, don't ignore me. Don't ignore that person. It just really, really burns my buttons. I hate to be ignored because you know what? I'm a person and I'm taking my time out to speak to you. The least you can do is converse back with me. So don't be fucking rude. Ooh, can I say that? I just did. I guess that's part of me being, which is part number 10, Aquarian. We thrive on people. We love to be showmen. We love to be, what's the word that they say, the belle of the ball, or we love to have a good time at a party. That being said, I also like to have me time. I can travel on my own. I can be on my own. I thrive either way. You can throw me in the Himalayas, or you can throw me in a crowd in Miami Beach, and I'm fine. So that was number 10. We're halfway there. Stick with me. Number 11. Believe it or not, this ugly mug. I was a child model I was on billboards all over the city for St. Michael's Hospital to immunize your children. So there's something that many people may not know. Speaking of childhood, which goes to number 12, when I was a kid, I had something called Lake Perthus. And what Lake Perthus is, have you ever seen a person with one leg longer than the other? Had it not been detected in time, I would have been one of those people with one leg longer than the other, and I would have had to wear a lift. So I owe everything to the Sick Children's Hospital of Toronto, or as we call it, Sick Kids. And to this day, my family, myself included, even when I had, business or whatever, or even before that, had fundraisers to raise money for sick kids. So I owe them a lot. And had my mom not, or me not pressed her to ask questions, that brings me to point number 13. I'm a question monger. It may annoy some people at some time, but I'm always full of questions. Why? Why is that? Who? What? Where? When? Why? I'm a knowledge-seeking person, and I don't mean to, go on about something, but I just want to know everything. When someone tells me a story, I want them to tell the story like I would tell it. Like, don't leave out anything. I want to know everything. And it's not because I'm nosy. It's just because I want to see the whole picture. I want to experience it, and I want to be more knowledgeable. And so there you go. I'm a question person. I mean, I wouldn't question you on personal things, but I just want to know answers. Which brings me to 14 on our list. Some of my friends or people who know me may joke, or maybe they really think it, that I'm a mean person or a bitch. But I'm actually really not. I'm a big teddy bear, softy inside. The rule for me, the golden rule, is if you can't make fun of yourself, you have no damn right making fun of anyone else. So it starts at home. If you can make fun of yourself, go ahead and make fun of other people, as long as you're not really, really hurting people. I'm not maliciously trying to be a mean person or hurt people or whatnot. There's a lot of things that I do personally on the street that I don't need to tell people, how I helped a lady in the rain who fell down with no umbrella or whatever, or gave her my last $2, but I think I'm a humanitarian, and that being said, I can still joke and have a good laugh, and and maybe at the expense of other people sometimes, but it's not about something serious. Maybe their hairdo. Like, come on, we all joke with people. Look at Facebook. That being said, I go to number 15, and I could not be a horrible or hateful person if I owned a bar. And I did. I owned a bar, restaurant, nightclub. And, you have to wear several hats when you are in that kind of business. Customer service to me is everything, and people. And at the end of the night, if one person came up to me and told me how much of a good time they had, then that made my night, because I made that person's night memorable. So yes, I did own a restaurant, bar, nightclub. Number 16, which brings me to a sense of humor. My God, you have to have a sense of humor when you're in business for yourself. But I love to laugh. Sometimes my sense of humor might be wry. Sometimes people may not get it. But you know what? I'm quick. And you can probably tell me any topic, and I can probably come up with a joke. That probably comes from my dad, though. My dad was like that. And he was a lot like me, and it will be like 16B now. I'm a lot like my dad, even though I thought I would never be, but I am. 17, smells. No, I don't smell. My dad didn't smell. But my favorite smells are more like a musky kind of smell. One of my favorite colognes is Angel for Men, which is like chocolate and tobacco and spice. And, I love this. I love the smell of parsnip. Isn't that weird? Like, if they can bottle that, someone, come on. Come on, Justin Bieber or someone out there who makes a cologne line now. Cardamom. Um, I love these kind of exotic, kind of deep smells. You know, I'm not one for like lemon and grass. No. Um, number 18. What I secretly wish I was. It's not deep, people. I secretly wish I got or went to school and got into nutrition. I secretly wish I was a nutritionist because when it comes to like being a doctor or something like that, I'm a little squeamish and I probably couldn't do it. Like, I mean, I couldn't do like gross things. But with nutrition, it's combining things that I love, like food and helping you on the outside, helping you on the inside. And it's something that everyone can associate with. So I secretly wish that I was a nutritionist. 19. I don't know if I should tell you this one. All right, I will anyways. But talking about secretly wishing things. When I was a kid, like I said to you before, the arts and music and everything. But when I was a child, I wished I was a farmer. And there's nothing really to laugh about, over that. But I'm such a city boy. Like, I really am a city boy. I wish to this day I had like a hobby farm with like goats and chickens and like little pigs and things that you don't have to kill to eat for meat. I do eat meat, don't get me wrong, and don't call Pat on me. But but I still have that fantasy of maybe one day owning like a farm. Um, but I am a city kid at heart, so I guess 19B would be to accentuate that. When I was young, my mom and my aunt used to take us, me and my cousins, and when we were little, to the opera and to the ballet. And there was one episode where there was the intermission during the ballet. And, during an intermission, they may play music, and everybody leaves the stage, actors. Well, I went on the stage and started to perform for the audience. So there you have it. My last thing, number 20, is I guess my career background, because I really couldn't think of anything else. I come from a financial and a tourism background, so they all kind of coincide with customer service, customer relations, which I'm all about. And, going back to love dealing with people. So if you have a job out there for me, let me know. Anyways, those are my 20 things that you may or may not know about me. So I challenge you to go out there and do the same. Now, keep it light. Don't get too personal. I mean, this is social media. You don't want to, pour everything out there. So, guys, thanks for watching. And thanks for coming into my living room. And we'll see you guys soon. Maybe there'll be another Jibber Jab. Maybe there'll be another Memories of Malta or Memories of Macedonia. But I just want to thank you for watching. Be good to yourself. And most importantly, be good to other people. Because what goes around comes around.